Okay, last video. So this one is going to be a little bit ragey because my God. So after the groups, if this is first, if you think before the E League major, like the group stages, you had Misfits, well, all the group stage people. So Misfits went 1-3. They only won against Flip side. Um, I don't know. They 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 just don't have anyone anymore. Sean's off. Sick went to Rogue. Shazam's an Optic now. That actually happened only 2 days ago. Um, previously, he was looking like the day after, or the hour after they lost their match. And I think David Duvek and Almanac are still on the roster, unless I'm incorrect. I don't fully remember. It's just a shitty situation, man. I'm pissed by that because my God, you guys know I fucking raved about Misfits. I really thought they could go far, and granted they didn't this major. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's right to throw them out into the fucking water like that because Sick's a new player. He needed time to really grow. We saw David Duvek and Almanac in ESL. Was it ESL? Fuck. I think it was, but they were in semifinals against SK, which granted they got wrecked. But I mean, they're SK. They went really far in that event. Like, why are you kicking them out? I don't really. It baffles my mind because it was a good roster. You could tell there was a lot of skill. Sean was there, which was basically leading them to a lot of victories because Sean is very careful about what he does. I don't know. It's very confusing to me. It really I don't. Okay, well, I get it from a standpoint that like if they really thought they could be like a top tier team, like top four, then fine. But they shouldn't have expected that by any means. To be fair, like even though I love them, I knew they weren't like they're probably barely top 10 if any because just like they don't have the power or the experience, not the power, the skill or the experience to get up there that far. So it's like it must have been some sort of like crazy standard that they set for those players. So I don't know. I really hope Sean doesn't give up on Counter-Strike because he brought these four people back up from the fucking dark depths of the pro player hole. Well, I mean, not even because David Duvek and Almanac are both two new players. Sick was on TSM at some point, and then he was on CLG, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. But TSM was like 2 years ago, so he's been around for a while actually. But it sucks. I'm a little disappointed, and I think Sean's gonna try and go to analyst, which granted he was doing that at the E League major, and he was actually doing a very nice job. So I wouldn't be upset by that, but I think it's just a waste because like even though he's getting older, he still has a lot to give into the scene. As you can see, he brought a team from nothing to at least the group stage, you know. And it's like sure they kind of threw a little bit, but and the other thing too is that a lot of people are giving Shazam shit, and that's starting to piss me off as well because from what I hear, it's from 1.6 days when he was toxic, and you could hear him in the comms of the Misfits. He was the one really trying to push them. It was him and Sean, but like Shazam was doing most of the just like, come on, we can get the next right. Come on, let's do it. Let's just focus and let's. And then Sean was kind of like pushing as well, but not like Shazam was doing a lot of like the uplifting stuff. So I don't really think it's fair to put that standard because he's obviously grown from 1.6 into a better team player. So that talk has been a little annoying me. The other thing is fucking Team Liquid. And you know what? I don't care that they won CS Summit. I don't care at all. It's fucking bullshit. Okay? Oh hey, Team Liquid are so cool, and they kicked JDM, and they added Nafly, and okay. So the only event they played with Steel was ECS. They didn't practice for it because they were practicing with Zeus for the major, which they got far enough and they got to like the second tier of group stages, which people were saying it was a sham anyway. But I mean, fuck it, fuck 100 Thieves anyway. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Fuck, I lost my train of thought because I really dislike 100 Thieves, which well, not the company, but the whole thing. Yeah, so they didn't really get too far in ECS, which is fine. And then in the major they went kind of far, which was okay, better than expected. They beat some good teams. They beat who they beat? I think they beat Vegas Squadron or something. I'm not sure. They did a decent job. They really did. And I just don't really get it because they just got their full lineup once they ended the major. There were actually some interviews with JDM who was saying like he loved his team and he thought it was like the best team he's ever been on by far, which maybe even sadder for me, but it was like a small thing. It was on the Betway YouTube channel. If you guys check it out, just like scroll down. It's like who was your favorite player to be with? That was the title of it. But I thought it was gonna go a lot differently because Steel was joining. He would have brought more stability. Would have helped Nitro with calls. I thought it would have been a lot better. And also, like as a side note, I was watching Nafly on Renegades, and he was being toxic as shit. To be honest, I don't know. Like I know some people that I know are saying like he was being a hard carry and that's why I was pissed or whatever. But I don't buy it. Like that's like a pug style mentality. Maybe he was just annoyed he was on Renegades. I don't know, but I mean, obviously he's not. He's definitely still a really good player because they did one CS Summit with him in their first event after like 3 days of having him. So that was a nice job on their part, granted. But I don't think it's fair to just like kick JDM like that. I think that's really fucked up. And now he's kind of like stuck with like nowhere to go right now because, you know, all the teams have kind of been set after the major. Optic has just been recreated with a pretty good setup. Liquid has their full roster. Cloud9 just won the major, so they're not going to change shit. There's really no tier 2 team he can go to that's like really worth his time because he's gonna have to hard carry in any other team he goes to. So it's like, and the other thing people were saying actually is a sign up before I end this video, which I was about to. People were saying JDM was falling off, and I really disagree with that sentiment because the thing that you can tell if you watch him for a while, which I've been a pretty good fan for Liquid for a while, and when I see him, you really need to either. There's 2 ways you can play him. You can play him CLG 2 years ago, which was let him do whatever he wants. He's going to be your hard carry. He's going to peek a lot. He's going to take a lot of tough angles. Just support him, throw flashes for him, and then he'll get kills and he'll fall back and he'll do a good job. So you can do that, which he never did on Liquid because he was obviously being restricted. Or in Liquid, what Stansel started doing, which is when he started having impactful kills, which people don't mention, was he forced Stanislaw. He told him what to peek. It was very obvious that JDM go for a peek and then they would do something. So it was like this really, like, it was a lot more coordinated. So you need to do one of those 2 hard things for JDM. And on Liquid, for the majority of the time, they weren't doing that at all. They were just kind of saying, hey, just do a thing. And then he's kind of confused because that's not the type of player he is. He doesn't really want to make, he might want to, but you shouldn't let him, is what I'm saying. So I don't think it's fair because it was solved. It was solved with Stanislaw, but then it didn't carry over when Nitro was IGL. And so it's like he went back to what he was doing. So I don't really... It doesn't make sense to me that... Especially for Zeus. It's Zeus and Stanislaw because they found it. Zeus must have noticed it. There's no way he didn't notice it because I noticed it and I'm not good at CS. Well, I'm okay at CS. So I noticed it. He definitely should have noticed and optimized that when Nitro started calling. So it just bad. I just hope JDM like gets back on his feet because he is a good opper. I don't know. I think we need him in the scene still. So unless Shazam starts turning up, which honestly, I mean I've seen him as I've seen really good performances out of him on Misfits. So I wouldn't doubt it. I know people are doubting him, but he still has a lot of skill in him. So I still expect stuff from him. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Not a fun video for this one. Pissed off about NA, except for Cloud9. But besides that, yeah. So if you guys enjoyed, again, I told you it was gonna be rambly, so fuck off. I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.